Memorial Day weekend meant travel plans for millions of Alabamians, but for people who traveled by car this year, the price at the pump was higher in years prior. In fact, these are the highest they've been for Memorial Day weekend in 4 years. So with the prices this high, did it actually keep more people home this year? We verify. Memorial Day weekend is something people look forward to every year. For many Alabamians, it's a time to honor those who served, gather with family, and finally take that trip they've been planning since January. But this year, higher prices at the pump had some thinking twice about travel, and with most people traveling by car, that raises a question. Is Memorial Day travel lower this year versus last year? Let's verify. Our sources tonight are Sherry Falk with AAA Alabama and the AAA ACG Newsroom. Here's what we found.
Right now in Alabama, the price for a regular gallon of gas is at $4.17. It stayed the same overnight, but it's jumped 10 cents over the past week. Last year, actually, the state average was $2.75, so that's a $1.40 difference. That's quite an impact.
$1.40 more per gallon than last year. That kind of jump will make anyone think twice before loading up the car. But here's what's interesting. Despite those prices, people still hit the road. AAA says this is actually the most people we've ever seen traveling over Memorial Day weekend, with close to 45 million Americans nationwide. But pump the brakes for a second, because while the number is a record, the growth rate is anything but. Let's jump back to 2019. During that time, about 42.8 million people traveled that Memorial weekend. Then COVID hit, and that number crashed all the way down to just 23.1 million. After that, every single year until last year, travel steadily increased by at least 1 million more travelers each Memorial Day. Now back to this year. The increase from 2025 to 2026 was only about 200,000 people, the smallest year-over-year jump in more than 7 years. When you consider that nearly 87% of those people traveled by car, it's hard not to look at the gas pump as a major reason why. But overall, it's clear that while prices may have stopped some from traveling, it didn't stop everyone. So we can verify that no, Memorial Day travel is not lower than last year. It's actually slightly higher. But it's worth noting that the pace of that growth has slowed in comparison to previous years. If you have something you want us to verify, text us at 256-382-2692.